How do they do it? Why do they do it? Riding and crashing and riding and winning and always faster and faster and faster.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to With Antone MotoGP 2025. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's been watching the last couple of episodes, and particularly for the thumbs up and comments. Really appreciate it. Today, I want to talk a little bit about heroes and villains. You know, in a great story, you need people that you love and support, and you also need people that you hate and despise. I mean, we've seen this throughout the generations. Do you remember we had Max Biaggi, Valentino Rossi? Do you remember those classic races? Go way back to Kenny Roberts and Barry Sheene. I mean, there were some classics there. And then in recent times, you've had Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. Who can remember the infamous clash that they had in Sepang? So what I'm talking about here is that for any great series or for a great entertainment value, you need both people that you love and people that you hate. And what I'm seeing in the MotoGP community at the moment is I'm seeing that people are really divided with not so much Marc Marquez anymore. He's now the favoured child. Everyone seems to love Marquez. Wasn't that long ago that people didn't think that. But now look at Jorge Martín and what's happening there. Now, I don't know what your reason is for watching MotoGP, but I watch it because it's really special. Now, to make something really special, you need really special people. It's not every person that can jump on a motorbike, do 360 odd kilometres an hour on 2 tyres with the contact size, you know, the size of your credit card. So these are people, they're real people, and they're extreme people. And like every person that is watching today, or every person riding a bike everywhere, we all make mistakes. We do things that are good and we do things that are bad. So today I wanted to take a look at a couple of these different instances just in light of what might be happening, you know, with Jorge Martín and Aprilia. And a lot's been said about that, and I think you've heard my views on that. So I wanted to look a little bit back into what else has happened and look at some of the other riders that have made some choices. I mean, you have to probably start with, you know, remember back to Max Biaggi in 2003. He jumped off the Yamaha and jumped straight onto the Honda that Rossi was getting off. Casey Stoner leaving Ducati. He joined HRC. He left after successfully winning. Jorge Lorenzo, do you remember Lorenzo? Just recently in 2019, he was doing good things on the Ducati. He just started to win after a difficult year. He decided he signed with HRC. Pol Espargaro, do you remember Pol Espargaro? He couldn't resist the offer from HRC, so in 21 he jumped from KTM and went across to HRC. And of course you've got Joan Mir also jumping across to Honda as well. But I want to talk a little bit about Aprilia as well, because I think context is king. And a lot of focus is going in on what's happening with Martín. Is he doing the right thing? Is he a bad guy? Oh my God, he's breaking a contract, or is he following a contract? So I just want to talk a little bit more about some other parts to that. Okay, we're talking about Aprilia. We're talking about Aprilia Racing. So since I went back to 2015 and I looked at when Aprilia went from, remember Grassini were basically running the Aprilia bikes. Aprilia decided they wanted to come in, so in 15 they did. And since 2015, Aprilia has been through 10 different riders for various reasons. 10 riders. Melandri in 15, Bautista, Stefan Bradl, Sam Lowes. Now Sam Lowes was famously let go midway through a contract, and guess what? On a performance clause. Poor Sam Lowes was moved on. Scott Redding got let go after 1 year. Andrea Iannone, Crazy Joe, was let go. Well, the drugs ban. Bradley Smith wasn't renewed. He was let go. Salvadori was promoted, then pushed back down to a test rider. He didn't know what he was doing. And of course, recently, we've seen Maverick Vinales go, and probably the only one that they've stuck with, El Capitan, Alex Espargaro. He was, obviously he retired. Now what I'm saying is that it's rider versus factory, or team versus factory. Now, famously, if a factory or a team wants to make a decision, they can let the player or the rider go, and there's no great outrage. They can say, you're not doing your job, you're not fast enough, you're off the bike. So what I wanted to stop here and have a look at is the two sides of the coins, the heroes and the villains. And it's easy to play each side of that depending on which side of the fence that you sit on. And in recent times, how many riders have rejected getting on that Aprilia? I don't know how many there's been, but there's certainly been probably 6 or 8. Marc Marquez is one. You know, he was approached in 23, 24 and 25. He couldn't get on the bike there. Fabio Quartararo, who's been approached twice and he said no. Alex Rins was approached. He said no. Apparently even Jack Miller was approached in 24. And Johan Mir was approached when he was losing Suzuki. So there's 5 or 6 names that rejected Aprilia. Anyway, I wanted to drop that in this week to put some perspective on. I'm sure we're about to find out exactly what's about to happen. There's all sorts of rumours going on, as you know, in the legal team. With Iannone MotoGP, we're not really here to discuss legal proceedings. We're here to just talk about riders and racing. So anyway, what do you think about what Aprilia's done over the years? And does that maybe change a little bit how you see the situation? Are contracts there for one side and not the other? Who's the hero in this situation? And, you know, is there a villain? And either way, the winner is Liberty Media. As we've discussed, they've come in, they've got great headlines, they've got great content being generated. So anyway, I'd love you to tell me what you think down below about heroes and villains. And who do you think's in the right? Is it Jorge Martín and his performance clause and he wants to get off that bike? Or is it Aprilia? Anyway, drop your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching this week and I'll see you again soon.